figure, personally very brave, the troops love him.
Smart, charismatic, ruthless, strategic, and bold. Qasem Soleimani was no ordinary general. His power made Iranians proud.
Yeah, so Jeff, taking out a top terrorist is a good thing in my book?
Yeah, well, let's just remember when the media thought it was a good thing when the president was Barack Obama and he took out Osama bin Laden, and frankly, good for him. They all cheered him on. I mean, this is just so blatant at this point. If Donald Trump does something, it's bad. If anybody else does something, it's good. And it's shameful, and it frankly is damaging their own reputation.
Well, and Adam, I mean, President Trump has said, look, if I cure cancer, I will still get criticized over it. But he probably would.
But he absolutely would. And this case was truly morally outrageous. This is serious. They claimed that Trump was beholden to the religious right. Well, they celebrated a religious monster in Iran. They claimed he was against Muslims because of his travel ban. Well, at the same time, look at how Iran treats their Muslims. Look at how their allies in the communist Chinese government, look how they treat the Uyghur Muslims. Their actions are obnoxious, and this is why the American people do not trust them.
That's a great point. So also remember this, when the liberal media couldn't admit the Floyd protests weren't exactly peaceful.
This is mostly a protest. It is not generally speaking unruly.
Destroying property which can be replaced is not violence. Any reasonable person would say we shouldn't be destroying other people's property, but these are not reasonable times.
Yeah, so Jeff, this pretty much sums up the media to me. It says mostly peaceful as fires rage in the background.
Yeah, and what's always interesting to me is they don't care that you can see it.
So stupid.
It's right there. It's happening right in front of your own eyes, and yet they're going to try and tell you that up is down and down is up. And the American people just no longer believe it. They no longer have credibility. And, you know, seriously, that's a big problem in a democratic society.
Well, yeah, I mean, Adam, you know, don't believe your lying eyes, right?
Yeah, but
Oh, this was
it's unbelievable that
This
people
is the
think
worst
and
we
wanted
saw
to vote
all
that.
year. Our activists
that
sent
direction.
Emails to the New York Times, the Washington Post, asking them why they wouldn't call it a riot. And then they actually got political cover from their allies at the Oxford English Dictionary, who in the midst of this redefined the word riot so that these sorts of things wouldn't be included. It's obnoxiously outrageous.
And
That's
let's recall
insane,
is
yeah.
that there was no social distancing at these things either.
Well, right, and apparently, you know, that was safe because it was for a better cause, according to a lot of, you know, people in the
It was safe.
medical field as well. But okay,
'Cause
so
it was for a
remember
good
how
cause.
the U.S. Postal Office, or Service rather, was going to rig the election for Trump.
A hiring freeze, massive reorganization of top postal service leaders, of course led by the Postmaster General, who's a Trump supporter and a donor. Is this an attempt by the president, do you believe, to interfere in the election?
Absolutely.
Where are the mail sorting machines? Are they being replaced?
By tampering with the Postal Service, he is in effect putting his knee on the neck of American democracy.
Jeff, there's just never any accountability for anything with the media.
No, they get to say anything they want, and they're never going to be held to account for it. I mean, that's the thing. And frankly, Lisa, that's why conservative media, Rush Limbaugh, and all sorts of others, Laura, Sean, etc., came to be precisely because of this, and that's why they have an audience.
You know, Adam, do we ever get to a point where these people wake up and sort of realize their ways, or is that just wishful thinking?
Oh, we've gotten there. If you look at the numbers, if you look at the Pew Research surveys, the media are particularly not very popular anymore. And this narrative, this conspiracy was so ridiculous, it had to have been written by one of their friends in
I made
Hollywood.
some
The
films
only
and I had
conspiracy
copies.
with the Postal Service
You made
is the
some
notion
films?
that they had any
Got it.
business